So what's up, guys? It's Esquilax. And so first of all, before I start playing again today, I just want to make an apology about yesterday. I know yesterday I wanted to do a Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic sort of playthrough, but it didn't. It just didn't. For some reason, it didn't end up working out. I was having difficulties, unfortunately, with OBS, and it didn't allow me to essentially it just didn't allow me to record Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. So I'm very sorry about that. Unfortunately, there's really nothing I could do to kind of like rectify that mistake. I mean, it just ended up happening, and I couldn't record. And yeah, I mean, it was kind of a little bit frustrating, to say the least. But you know, I mean, it is what it is. I can't really do anything about it now. Like I said, I mean, I could try and figure out how to get it to work, but it's gonna take a lot of time and effort into getting it, and maybe one day I could get it working again, but we'll have to wait and see. But for right now, to kind of make up for it, at least immediately, we're playing the Old Republic, and it's a fairly beautiful landscape we have going on here. A nice environment. We have all these I don't want to call them comets, because I don't think they're comets, but they're more like meteors heading down into I don't know, wherever they are. I'm not too familiar between the difference between a comet and I mean, they might be comets. I mean, I think comets are just, for the most part, just kind of like ice in space that are basically floating towards, not floating, but just are being pulled away towards a certain location. But here we go now. I mean, we're just basically crossing around, and what we're basically doing is yesterday we went to, as far as the story goes, we went to the Imperial Station, the Space Fleet, and we received a transmission from a droid to head towards Ilum to take part in what they call Operation Dark Ice, I believe. And so we're going to be assisting Imperial forces here on Ilum to oust any Republic forces that may be in the area whom we can slay. And that's basically going to be our main objective, is to try and slay those Republic forces, if there are any Republic forces, though as we know there are a few Republic forces, and we've been told so by a commander or an admiral or someone who was essentially like, yo, there's Republic forces in the area, and here they are. These are some of these Druos are some of the guys they want us to eliminate. You might remember these guys from Star Wars Episode 4. They were in the cantina. I know that's probably a little bit like, oh, everyone was in the cantina, and I don't mean the singers as well, the band. I don't know the actual name of the band, but they were Bith, not Druos. I really, dude, honestly, I have no idea. But that's who they were, and obviously these guys have no affiliation with them outside of the fact that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're just not part of the same species, I suppose.
Passion, peace,
so
strength, knowledge,
we're just
power,
going along,
serenity, victory, harmony,
with the game.
freedom, the force.
So let's see. Here's a fairly large amount of gunners. Let's just try to do what damage to them. Do as much damage to them as we can. But yeah, so we're just kind of going along with this game, trying to do some of the quests. I haven't finished the main class quest for this character yet, and the main reason behind that is just because I feel like I just don't want to finish this character's story, if that makes any sense. I mean, I don't know. I've been playing this character for a number of years now, pretty much on and off, though, it must be said, and I don't really want to kind of conclude the character's story. It's kind of something that it's like, oh, you know, like after this is the last bit of like free story content, I suppose, I'm really gonna get, unless I pay for the game. So that's part of the reason why. Um, so, but that's a big part of it as well. And yeah, I mean, if you guys aren't too familiar, I mean, this game obviously has some
I follow
very
you, my lord.
stringent restrictions on free-to-play players such as myself, which don't make it impossible to play the game, but it does make it difficult to certainly enjoy the game at a certain capacity. Obviously, of course, you're a free-to-play player. I mean, there really is nothing else to say other than the fact that you're a second-class citizen. I mean, that's just essentially the whole fact of the matter behind the situation. And I mean, you get that obviously, of course. You're a free-to-play player playing what is a premium game, I suppose, in Star Wars: The Old Republic. So you're probably bound to kind of get some sort of treatment like that in that regard. But it is what it is, and I mean, if you're able to tolerate it, you do get pretty much the class storylines for free, though you can only make 2 characters per account as a free-to-play player, so you are restricted, but you do get to play through a lot of that vanilla, I suppose, content, if that's something that you are interested in. And I mean, as far as the game itself, I mean, it is rather enjoyable. I mean, if you are a Star Wars fan, I think you will enjoy this game. And I think even if you're not a Star Wars fan, it's probably just worth going through, just because it's so unique. Honestly, you don't really have, there really aren't many other MMOs out there that are quite like this game in terms of the voice acting and the story that this game really takes you on. So everything's quite nice, in all honesty. But like I said, I mean, you do have to get through a lot of the free-to-play restrictions that this game really gives to you in the first place. And if you're able to get past that, then it is an enjoyable game that I certainly recommend downloading and at least playing for a bit. I mean, you don't have to devote yourself completely to it. And in fact, I highly recommend that you don't, simply because if you're not willing to spend money, then this isn't a game that you probably really want to invest too much time into. This is a group phase, so we can't get into it, so we need to figure out, it's probably the other way. So it's probably not a game that you want to invest too much time into, unless you really want to, unless you really want to. And obviously, of course, that's completely up to you if that's something that you want to do. As far as the community goes, I mean, I think it's a good community. There's a lot of people that play. I mean, it's fairly active. And one of the great things about this game is that you have these kind of heroic missions that you basically have to do with other people. Now, unfortunately, the game's changed a little bit, so you don't have to get other people. But back when I first started playing this game, about a little bit after the game became kind of free to play, about 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, it was a fairly large, thriving community, and you did have to group up with other people in order to do the heroic missions, which was nice, because then you got to really meet people and interact with people in a way that most MMOs just simply don't have you do anymore, which is rather tragic, because now, unfortunately, we've been seeing the growth of the kind of anti-social MMO, if that makes any sense. I mean, I know if you watch a lot of other MMO channels, maybe, I mean, I don't consider myself an MMO channel, but if you watch some MMO channels, they'll tell you, there's a fairly large amount of games now, MMOs in particular, where you don't really have to group up with other people. You can just kind of do your own thing and really kind of just not interact with anyone. The game doesn't force you to interact with people. Some people think that that's a good thing, that you don't have to interact with a lot of other people in order to enjoy the game to its fullest extent. But I actually think that's quite a bad thing. I mean, if I wanted to just kind of be by myself and do my own thing and have no human interaction whatsoever, I could
As
just
you
go
say.
and play Star Wars: The Old Republic, right? Or I could go out and play another single-player RPG. I don't have to play Star Wars: The Old Republic and play an MMO in order to get that kind of single-player enjoyment, right? And that's just my opinion. You know, I mean, obviously, of course, people have their own differing opinions on stuff, but in my opinion, I don't think it's. I mean, you don't have to have a game like that, and unfortunately, there's too many games that are like that in some ways. But that's just the way MMOs are nowadays. I mean, but yeah, okay. So how are we gonna go about doing this? I mean, well, I let's just go all out for this guy, because I mean, honestly, why not? I mean, who knows what? Oh shoot, this guy. He stunned me. I didn't think he would like actually stun me. But we should take out this guy's ads first, and then go after him. But I mean, this guy's pretty much dead now. He's not really providing too much of a challenge for us. So, but yeah, I mean, so this game used to really encourage a lot of interaction with a lot of other people. I mean, and it still can. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, there's things in this game that are completely, you know, like, hold on, let me,
Bye.
because we don't have to keep all this other stuff around. We can sell trash items. But yeah, I mean, so this game has kind of gone down the route of really not kind of encouraging too much. At least I feel like it, because the way they've done the heroics now is that heroics used to drop gear, right? Like they didn't used to drop gear, but they used to give you gear and stuff. And now it's like they just don't give it to you anymore. They give you like this currency item that you use to buy gear. So it's necessary to do heroics, but it's not like the immediate reward isn't there. You know what I mean? Which is rather disappointing. But yeah, this game's actually changed quite a fair bit since when I first kind of started playing this game. I don't mean to sound old or anything, but it has indeed changed rather significantly. I mean, now you have this whole thing where you have your followers and stuff, your companions, and they can basically take on any role. So I have a Shara here, and she's more like a tank, but really she's more like, before she was a DPS, right? But now I switched her to a tank, so now she can tank stuff, which is good, because I don't like some of the companions. Like, I don't like Kenval. I don't think, I mean, he's a cool companion and all, but he doesn't necessarily like speak English. Andronikos Ravel's pretty cool. He's the character that my character kind of had a relationship with for a long time. And then I ended up kind of like starting to kind of like work with Ashara. I don't really know why, but I just started to. So now I have. But I mean, you can basically just try and build up relationships with anyone you really want to in this game, which is kind of cool. I mean, that's one of the cooler things about this game as well, is that you are able to have that sort of unique relationship with your companions and whatnot. So it's really nice. It's kind of Mass Effect-esque in that way, I suppose. I mean, I haven't really played too much Mass Effect, but it's definitely something that I think isn't, you know, I don't think it's a bad analogy if you use Mass Effect, I suppose. But yeah, and I mean, one of the big draws to this game as well, I think, to a certain degree, is that it is a Star Wars game. You know, I mean, it's not its own kind of like individual IP. I mean, it is very much so a Star Wars game. You are playing within the Star Wars universe. I mean, if you play as a Sith warrior or a Sith sorcerer or a Sith Inquisitor, you get lightsabers. If you play as like one of the Jedi Republic classes, you also get lightsabers. I wonder what's up here. These are these are Jedi Temple ruins and stuff. I don't think we need to go up here, but if there weren't mobs up there, I'd totally go explore that area. I totally would. I really would, yeah, for sure. Exploration is, I think, it's kind of lost in a lot of MMOs, unfortunately, which is a little bit sad. Just because you don't have, I mean, even in this game, I think it's lost a little bit as well. I mean, my favorite planets in this game are like Tatooine, Hoth, and Ilum seems like it might become one of my favorite ones as well if it's anything like Hoth. But the reason why Tatooine and Hoth are some of my favorite maps is because they're just much more open than a lot of the other planets. A lot of the other planets are sometimes a little bit more closed in. They don't give you as much of the same freedom that Hoth and Tatooine give you. So that's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know if anyone's in chat, but if anyone wants to say anything to the contrary, I mean, let me know, and you know, we'll have a conversation about it. But and Tatooine's just one of my favorite Star Wars planets in general. I mean, it's like the home of Luke Skywalker essentially, and I mean, he wasn't born there or anything, but it's definitely his home. It's where he comes from. It definitely has a cool place within Star Wars lore for sure. Tatooine does, and I mean, I don't think there's any Star Wars fan that doesn't, you know, remember the binary sunset and the Force theme kind of like playing in the background. You know, it's one of those moments in film history, I suppose. I don't know if I've ever said anything about my favorite like film moments, but one of my favorite film moments at least is when Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark, when Professor Jones, I suppose, goes to Berlin, and he ends up running. I don't know if he goes to Berlin, but he goes to Germany, and he ends up running to Adolf Hitler, and he has Adolf Hitler sign this journal, and it's just kind of a cool scene. Ooh, here's a Jedi over here. So here's a Jedi champion, then these are Jedi defenders. I mean, I don't think that'll be too hard. I mean, they're just Jedi, so they're not going to be a problem. I think, honestly, Mandalorians would be much more difficult than Jedi to fight, but that's just because they're Mandalorians. I mean, Jedi are, quite honestly, they're rather weak, all things considered. So, ooh, this guy dropped a vest, and I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll take it, but I mean, I don't know. Is it better than the stuff we have equipped with us right now? Or I mean, I don't think it is. No, it's not. No, not by any stretch of the imagination. Here's what we look like if we just wear our equipped stuff. I mean, obviously you guys can see it right here, but so let's see. There's several ways we could go ahead about approaching this. I mean, we could just go ahead and do this, and this is what we're going to do. And just take out these guys and basically treat them as ads. That's essentially what they are. And this guy's going down relatively quickly. This Jedi champion, and yeah, he's down. He's not a challenge for us whatsoever. I mean, we've definitely grown past the, I suppose, threshold for difficulty for these Jedi. We've grown past them. We're better than they are now. And obviously we have these two Jedi defenders now who are both meditating. Oh, there's one Jedi defender, one Jedi champion. I mean, I don't see why we can't go at both of them. I mean, why not? To spare to defeat one. Oh, the Jedi defender killed himself, so that might cause us a little bit of trouble. And then Ashara seems like she's going to be in a little bit of trouble as well. I think we'll be able to get this though down, so I mean, it's not a problem ever. The result was really never in doubt, as they say. And one of the things I really like about this game as well is this might sound a little bit weird, but I just can't get over how cool it is to just be able to have a yellow lightsaber. I mean, I hope I'm not kind of boring you guys with just telling you over and over again how cool it is to have a yellow lightsaber, but it's just so nice. I mean, it's like, you know, it's kind of like having your own thing, but I do really like having the yellow lightsaber. It's kind of cool. The hilt isn't anything special, unfortunately. It's just a you know, standard hilt, straight. I guess, you know, there's nothing to it really, but I just like having the yellow lightsaber. It's nice. and it kind of makes me feel unique. I mean, I'm sure yellow lightsaber crystals aren't difficult to come by. I'm sure they're probably fairly standard fare, but I just like having one. It's kind of cool to have, and I must admit it's definitely a draw to continue playing this game, is just to have the yellow lightsaber out and just have it there. It's just really cool. I remember I was actually one of my first lightsabers I got. The first lightsaber I got was actually green. Okay, it wasn't the first lightsaber I got, because the first lightsaber I got was obviously red. But from there I went to, I forgot what planet I went to, but I ended up getting a green lightsaber. So that's kind of a fun fact. So for a good while, when I was like level 20 to like level 25, I was just basically using a green lightsaber, and that was really cool. And I love that, because it was kind of like it just felt like I got to role play a little bit more. I mean, I don't know if people like role playing in this game too terribly much, but it just kind of felt nice, because it was like, oh, you know, I'm playing as a Sith or whatever, but you kind of, you know, unless you were to look at my nameplate and see that I was actually a Sith, you wouldn't really know that I was part of like the Empire, because obviously green lightsabers and blue lightsabers are so indicative of the Republic and of the Jedi that, you know, you wouldn't think about a Sith actually having a green lightsaber. So I was able to, you know, role play a little bit with that, and you know, I was pretty, you know, happy about it and everything. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if anyone's in chat and they want to say anything, you know, comment something, go ahead and just say something, you know, and hopefully we can have some sort of conversation and just really talk about anything. I mean, it doesn't even have to be Star Wars related. You know, if it is Star Wars related, cool. We could talk about like the movies, or we could talk about Rebels, or we could really talk about anything. You know, I mean, it's really up to you guys, the audience. I mean, I really wanted to try and make it as interactive and as engaging for you guys as I possibly can make it. And in fact, I must admit to myself, I'm a little bit surprised that I'm talking as much as I am right now. I mean, usually I don't talk this much, but fortunately for me, I mean, we're playing an MMO, so we have a little bit more leeway to just kind of like do what we want and really play the game at our own pace. So obviously, of course, this is way different from playing something like Warhammer 40k Eternal Crusade. So, which the pace of that game is really dictated either by yourself because you're attacking, or by your opponent because you're defending. So, and sometimes you tend to kind of get caught up in that game, and you don't really think too much about talking. You just kind of get carried away. But this game, not so. It's definitely different. So, our objective is to infiltrate this camp. So the way we need to do this is, for some reason, that Jedi is glitched out. That Jedi champion right there, he's glitched out. He is no longer. And now we are engaging in combat against this Jedi. And he felt like the pathetic idiot he is, I suppose. I shouldn't call him an idiot. Maybe that's a little bit harsh. But he certainly was a fool, though, for standing up to us. And I'll be quiet, by the way, whenever there's like cutscenes or whatever. I'll try and be as quiet as I can. That way you don't have to. That way you could watch and enjoy the cutscenes.
Is there trouble, Master Caden?
No, Admiral. My guests have simply arrived sooner than expected. Rest assured, this war can only end one way.
You know your options, Master Caden. Surrender. Save a life.
I oppose the Treaty of Coruscant. Why should I surrender now, when circumstances are looking much brighter? You are on Jedi land, and I'm only going to ask once for you to leave.
This place seems badly kept for such vital land. Maybe 1,000 years ago it belonged to the Jedi, but right now it's up for grabs.
I would expect you of all people to understand the significance of this place.
The crystals your empire hopes to turn into a weapon of mass murder are visible signs of an invisible truth. The Force. A Jedi does not kill until forced. I would sooner kill every Imperial on Ilum than allow these crystals to be desecrated.
Those crystals are no more sacred than my ear.
I almost feel sorry for you.
Troopers, join me for the Republic.
Okay, so now we need to fight for the glory of the human species, for the Empire. Remember what we're fighting for. We're not fighting for ourselves, we're fighting for the survival of humanity, which, I don't know, I guess the Republic seeks to destroy, really. I want to save him for last a little bit, so... are we gonna kill him? I don't know, what do you guys think? If anyone's in chat, let me know what you think. And then we'll decide to kill him. I feel like we shouldn't, but maybe we shall. Maybe we shall. Oh, we killed him anyway. Okay, never mind. I thought it was gonna give us like a cutscene or something. I was gonna allow us to give us the choice of like, oh, whether or not we want him to like let him spare him or kill him, but he just ended up dying, so he didn't really put up too much of a fight. This isn't sacred land at all, actually. This is just, I mean, maybe it's sacred to the Jedi, but I mean, it's not sacred to me. I mean, I don't consider myself a Jedi, nor do I consider myself a Sith, though, if I must be too terribly honest. Though, nor would I consider myself a Grey Jedi either, just because I feel like that's a little bit too mainstream for me. So I'm gonna be out on a limb and be a hipster and be like, I defy all rational logic and follow my own path. I am neither confined by the boundaries of the Grey Jedi, who aren't necessarily confined by any boundaries whatsoever. So, I contradict myself in phases, as you may or may not have noticed. But yeah, that's that. Is my mic even on? Yeah, my mic's on. Okay, cool. Can we just like speeder bike out? Yeah, we can. Okay. Did these guys respawn? They might have. I don't know. What's going on over here? Jedi Champion doing his thing. That was a relatively quick fight. I mean, we went through that entire cutscene, and I think it probably took us longer to get through that entire cutscene than it did to get through the entire fight. So, interesting. Not that I'm complaining. I mean, not that I'm trying to say, oh, I want less cutscenes, because I actually enjoy those cutscenes. They're very nice. You know, it's nice exposition into what's going to happen, and hopefully that cutscene came across relatively well in stream. I'm not sure if it did or not, but hopefully it did. We'll see. Oh, so I just wanted to mention that right now it's 11:51 a.m., which means that the Netherlands have their game underway against Belarus. So it's a relatively important game. I mean, I don't think anyone expects the Netherlands to lose, but if the Netherlands were to lose, it would, I believe, yeah, if the Netherlands lost, their chances of qualifying at the World Cup are done. But it should be a fairly straightforward win. I mean, who knows? I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, say X or Y, but we'll see. We'll let Shara catch up to us. I'm gonna put on one of my other outfits real quick, just because I actually have a fair amount. So I have 3 outfits actually. We could purchase another outfit slot should we choose. But we have this outfit, that outfit, which doesn't have our head, and then this outfit as well. All of them are kind of cool, I guess. I don't know, some look better than others. I tried to get this to match with this, but for some reason the helmet just doesn't want to work, which is rather unfortunate. And then I have this one, which I just kind of have because I like it a little bit, and then I also like having just my face kind of like being there. I like seeing my face, if that makes any sense. And then I have this one, and this one I like a lot for the helmet and everything. I just think it looks cool. But I feel like this might be something a little bit more suited towards maybe like a Sith assassin or something, rather than an actual Inquisitor or a Sith sorcerer such as ourselves. So, but we'll be quiet again and let the cutscene commence.
This is a military matter, Malgus.
You appeal to the Dark Council for help. Here I am.
I honestly didn't realize.
Darths Mar, Ravage, and Mortis sent me. My business is cleaning up the military's messes. Darth Malgus. I'll just be observing for the time being.
Observing, Before his death, Master Caden ordered an army of Kalish mercenaries to take our only functioning crystal mine. We need the crystals. We need that mine. I want the Republic's Kalish army destroyed. Show the galaxy the price of allying with the Republic.
What do you want me to do?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. The victory on Corellia cost us nearly 1/10 of our forces. That's hardly a rate of attrition we can support, is it?
Does this have something to do with the mission, Malgus?
The Kalish are warlike, ritualistic people. In my brief time on Kali, I observed the ritual by which they chose their war leader. Challenge their general. Win their respect, and they will defend that mine to the death. For the Empire.
Aliens. You want us to recruit aliens?
The might of the Empire will prevail, regardless.
The mine is at the end of a crystal cave, with several Republic outposts guarding it. Sure, challenge the Kalish general, then bring me his head.
Okay, so let's see.
Sith don't take orders. They give them.
Of course. I will trust in your wisdom on this matter.
Go to the mine, gather the weapons of the Kalish warriors, and plant them in the ice to initiate the rite of challenge.
Okay, so I think we're probably going to get a choice between whether or not we want to try and what's it called? Dude, I'm being super lazy right now. Check this out.
I will meditate on the Force.
But I think we're okay. So we're either gonna be given a choice
Anything you like?
to fight the Kalish and allow them to ally with us, or just fight them straight up.
Come again?
Now I'm completely like, here's the thing, is that I'm all about. It's very difficult, right? This whole philosophy on aliens and how you really want to treat aliens within the Star Wars universe. Let me see how this looks real quick. Oh no, this is basically the exact same thing as the current thing we have. I mean, it looks exactly the same, but it's
Your money's always good here.
it's not nearly as good,
Come again?
even though it looks exactly the same. But so I think we're going to be given the choice to ally with them. What? Oh, I guess I can't use it in here. To ally with them, and the whole philosophy with allying with xeno species or with aliens is, I don't want to say it's a contentious topic, but I'll kind of dive a little bit more into that once we finish talking to this guy right here.
You are with the military? What exactly are you? What makes you say that? I can absolutely do that.
Okay, so there you go with that. Let me check real quick, guys. Actually, the score between the game of Belarus and the Netherlands. I mean, the Netherlands. I mean, it's a must-win game for the Netherlands. Like I said before, I mean, I don't expect the Netherlands to lose, but regardless, I mean, it's a must-win. I mean, there's no there's really no other ways about getting around it. Yeah, I mean, it's a must-win game, and if they don't win, and they lose. So, I mean, obviously, of course. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, it looks like the Dutch are pretty much screwed, because, so just to give you some context in terms of what's going on, and I know I was talking about, I have so much to talk about, honestly, I really do, and all in due time, my friends, all in due time. But so basically, I just to kind of let you guys know what's been going on, and if anyone's in chat, by the way, and wants to talk about anything, just please say something, and I'll try to and we can talk about it. You know, we can have a conversation, like I said, and because we don't have to talk about soccer, we don't have to talk about Star Wars, we can talk about anything, but I guess I'll just continue talking to myself, I guess. So basically what's going on is that the Netherlands, oh man, it's so complicated. I mean, it really is. It's not complicated. It's actually fairly straightforward, but there's so many like little moving parts that it's difficult for me to explain. This is going to require some apple juice, it must be said. I don't want to get knocked out. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Hold on, guys. But the situation has so many moving parts. Okay, so what's going on is you have Dutch football and the Netherlands. Now, the Netherlands didn't start off their qualifying campaign off very well, right? They failed to qualify for the Euros. They were eliminated, so they failed to qualify for the Euros, and that's pretty bad. Oh, it's these people? These were the people in they were in Star Wars: The Clone Wars. If you guys remember that one episode, I forgot what the name of the episode was, but they had this one chief that was a figure, and I always wanted one, but I never ended up getting him. So I mean, it's kind of my fault, but I wasn't really collecting figures at the time, but I think it would have been so cool to have one of these guys as an action figure. But let's see. Hopefully, I can keep my train of thought as I go into combat with these guys. But we'll see. Let me turn down my volume real quick, just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin our fight. But as I was saying before, so Dutch football have kind of gone through. I mean, they're kind of going through a dark time right now. I mean, if they fail to qualify for the World Cup, I mean, that's going to be the culmination of I mean, gosh, I mean, you look at how the Dutch did. You know, they got like what, third place in 2014, and you know they failed to qualify for next year's World Cup. Would be just an absolute travesty for Dutch football. I mean, I'd be over the moon, honestly. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Dutch football will get no tears from me, but I know a lot of people respect Dutch football, and why not? You know, the Dutch football has contributed. The Dutch have at least contributed greatly towards football as a whole. You know, I mean, they really have. Obviously, you know, you have Johan Cruyff and his, I don't want to say invention of total football, but that's kind of what it was just this realization of, oh yeah, total football is like actually a thing. But going back to the whole story and the reason why the Dutch are kind of in the position they are now, just basically goes back to the fact they just haven't been playing well. They've gone through a good number of managers, and you know, I mean, you can blame it on basically whatever you want, but essentially the situation is right now in terms of points is that in order for the Dutch to make it to the World Cup, they'd essentially have to beat, they absolutely have to beat Belarus by basically 8 goals, right? So they have to beat Belarus by 8 goals. And then after they beat Belarus by 8 goals, they essentially have to beat Sweden by 3 goals, which everyone is essentially saying is going to be no easy task, right? So it's a challenge. I mean, the Dutch definitely have a huge challenge on their hands right now. It's not impossible, but it's like, dude, you know what I mean? It's kind of bad. So it's one of those things. And yeah, I mean, that's basically what they need to do. So again, just to recap, I know I'm kind of repeating myself a lot, but the Dutch basically they need to win and smash the Belarusians, I suppose, the Byelorussians. I don't know if you'd call them that, but they need to smash them quite comprehensively by about 8 goals in order to have a chance at qualifying, and then from there they need to go ahead and just absolutely smash as well the Swedes, and this obviously all goes down to goal difference as well. Goal difference has a huge what's it called? Has a huge impact on this, you know. So let's see. So we have 2 quests here, in this area to really do stuff, and I'm just trying to get these things. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a bad situation the Dutch find themselves in, and I mean, they really have nothing but themselves to blame. And you know, we could talk all day about what are the fundamental problems of Dutch football, why the Dutch have kind of gotten into the situation that they are right now, and I feel like a big part of it is honestly, give me one moment, please. A big part of it is just that the way they kind of go about training their youth, the way they kind of go about doing a lot of things is just, it all kind of needs to change, you know? I mean, they need to have some sort of ground up process, because it obviously something hasn't gone right, and something hasn't been going right for a long time, you know, and people blame a lot of the Dutch players for maybe not being aggressive enough, maybe not taking as many risks, but I mean, the fact of the matter is that, I mean, I don't know, I mean, you don't have to take risks in order to get results. You could just be good. I mean, Germany are just good. I mean, I don't think they take too many risks. I mean, I'm sure they do, but the Germans are just good too, right? But the Dutch, there's just something wrong, you know, and I think one of the things as well is that I'm not the most physically built guy, but I think the Dutch need to work a little bit more on their physical prowess as well, in terms of when they go about trying to train kids. I remember I was reading an article one time, and I mean, you could question the validity of this article as well, but basically what it was saying is that there was this one Dutch player that was basically putting in extra work inside weight rooms and stuff, trying to better himself, right? Make himself a little bit more physically up to the task, and he was basically discouraged from doing so. They were like, oh no, we don't need you to be this, buff guy. We don't need you to gain muscle mass. We don't need you to do X, Y, or Z. And basically he was just discouraged from doing so. And that's one of the bigger problems as well, is that Dutch football doesn't have an emphasis on that kind of, part of the game. The Dutch football basically ignores that part of the game, right? And that's just part of what modern Dutch football is, I suppose, is that they ignore those facets of the game that are probably growing in importance now.
Of course, I can do anything.
So that's another part of Dutch football, and where Dutch football is going, and where it's been heading for quite some time, really, if we kind of think about it. But I mean, I thought okay, we gotta get these logs. That guy actually looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. Okay, we recovered one data log. We need to recover a few more, 3 more to be exact, so. We just gotta figure out where these data logs would be. I think they might be by these towers. Let's see if we can get this without attracting any attention.
Take it easy.
Oh, and we have. Okay, cool. Unfortunately, I mean, we have still attracted attention, but at least we were able to get it. But so yeah, I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you guys. I mean, how you guys think Dutch football has been faring? No, I don't want to. But yeah, I mean, I got it, so I don't know. I probably should just make an outfit for me wearing it. What does it look like? I mean, maybe. I mean, why not? I guess. Oh, cool. We can still purchase more. Dope. But it costs money to put the stuff in, though. I believe. What would be a cool head? No. 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 We'll just go with that. And then so I'm doing this to you guys. But we're just trying to find something that looks relatively good. Or at least good enough. Then we gotta pay 16,000 for it. But it actually looks kind of cool. I mean, I'm happy I have it. I mean, it's like, it's kind of like exclusive to the event, so, which is nice. Unfortunately, though, it does take some inventory spots from me, but it is what it is. I mean, what are you gonna do? Hold on, can we just get this one again? Yeah, we can. Okay, cool. We should just like camp here, honestly, and just get the same one, because I don't really want to fight too much. Like, if I could just avoid conflict altogether, I would, if I could. Totally, because why not? But and then, you know, Argentina, they've been having some difficulties as well with qualifying for the World Cup. I think they're going to do it. I mean, at the moment, right now, like, okay, let's say tomorrow, right? Okay, I don't know. Are they playing tomorrow though? Ooh, dude, I think they might be playing tomorrow. I hope they're playing tomorrow. That'd be kind of cool if they were. Okay, it's back up again. That'd be kind of cool if they were playing tomorrow. Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay, let's see. What do we need to do now? Okay, we basically need to... There's these things over here that we need to, like, activate, I guess. Or do something with. But, like, if the... Okay, let's say today, right? Like, right now. Let's say World Cup qualifying ended for CONMEBOL. Argentina would be out. So, and I mean, I don't know how some of you guys feel about that. I personally don't mind. Like, again, Argentina is one of those things where it's like, if they fail to qualify, you know, they'd get no tears from me if they'd failed to qualify. I'm trying to figure out what this wants me to do, because I don't... Storm chasing, crane. Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, crane, and then I just looked up, and then it's right there. How do we not pull aggro? I thought we were going to pull aggro. I still thought we were going to pull aggro, but we didn't, which is cool. And then they want us to go in here, but we're not going to go in there yet. I thought we were supposed to be fighting a bunch of Kalishi warriors. Yeah, we're supposed to. Okay, but I guess they're inside the cave. They're not outside. If you guys just want to know, just for like context, as far as like the Kalish or whatever, General Grievous is actually a member of that species. That's just like a little fun fact, I suppose. I mean, I don't think it really, probably doesn't really matter, but yeah. We have a dark Datacron? What's this do? Okay. So, increase your unlock count for this decoration by 1. Huh, interesting. Is that... And that's a drop. I don't really see that dropping too terribly often, so that's actually kind of cool. That really is. So that's nice. Plus 100 prestige for us. Oh, and we didn't even do the thing we went over there to do. Transmitting data. That data pad reminds me of what's that one game? It starts with Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek. Star Trek Online. I don't know if you guys play Star Trek Online. Star Trek Online is kind of cool. I mean, if you're a big Star Trek fan, I mean, I highly recommend it. If you're not too much in Star Trek, then you might not like it as much because it's like it's so Star Trek that it's kind of it's Star Trek, you know what I mean? So if you like Star Trek, then you'll enjoy the game, but if you don't like Star Trek, then I don't think it's probably worth your time. Materials, satchel of crafting materials. Blue ignis crystals. We could probably use those crystals to make some blue lightsabers, if we were in that business. Unfortunately, we're not in that business, so we can't make any lightsabers. But we pulled these guys. Really hoping we wouldn't, but we have. And now they've brought in a shock troop. Whoa, what's this? Interesting, okay. Well, I have no idea what this is. Give to your companion to increase influence. Rank 5. Rank 5 is red. So I don't know if that's really interesting though. I'm not sure if we'd be able to give that to one of our companions to actually use though, just because it says rank 5 and it's like that purple kind of like authorization sort of thing. So I'm not sure if we'd be able to give it to our companions, but it is interesting though. It is interesting. Oh dude, this is gonna be this isn't even a story thing. So these guys are eventually gonna like appear out of here. Oh dude, this is gonna be what a trek this is gonna be. This is gonna be rough. Guys, I'm sorry. But like I said again, if anyone's on chat and they want to say anything, don't be afraid. You know, say something. I don't know. It's up to you guys. You guys can do what you want, obviously. I can't force you guys to do stuff. I wonder if we could skip a few of these guys. I don't know if we'd be able to. Because these guys aren't the people we need to fight. They're really not. So, but this might be a grueling ordeal though. It's gonna be very, very tough. I don't want to do it. I mean, see how big this cave is? This cave's huge. And you're gonna go through all this to challenge some dude to a duel? It's a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely, honestly might not do all of it. I could, but it's just a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie. I'm genuinely playing this game on autopilot right now. Like, I'm not even thinking. I might fall asleep during this mission. I'm kidding. Okay, no, that's like a serious thing that I genuinely might. Let's do this Taz thing. Towels. And see where this quest line takes us. I don't know who that is. That might be I don't know who that is. Let me check on the score of the game real quick. I can't tell what's going on. I'm just seeing a lot of bad stuff. Okay. So so for information, there's one goal in the game between the Netherlands and Belarus. So yeah. So the Netherlands need 7 more goals to go. Will they make it? Will they? If the Netherlands don't make 7 goals, then for all intents and purposes, that's kind of it. I mean, it really is. But no, honestly, I kind of like this outfit a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I didn't really like it as much at first, but it's okay. I mean, it's not bad. I guess, but it could be better. Oh. Okay, so now we're gonna enter this command station. And we'll rest up a little bit before we fight. Then we'll get into it and get amongst it. Okay, let's go. Oh, I thought there was going to be a cutscene or something. There's not. How disappointed am I? Quite so. Quite so. I was like, I was going to go in here, there's going to be like a quest for me, there's going to be like a cutscene for me. Going to be some dialogue, it's going to be all cool and stuff. Nope. Not even the slightest kind of dialogue. I'm pretty sure these guys didn't even try and communicate it to me before I started attacking them. And here's the main dude. Here's their commander, the commander. And then we'll rest up one more time. Okay, and we're good to go. So we'll cast all of our dots first. And then, I mean, this guy shouldn't be hard to take out. Should be fairly straightforward. Okay, there we go. Oh shoot. Wait, what? Okay, there we go. And we have his ID tags. So we're done with this. Now all we need to do is collect these weapons. Obtain Kalesh rifle, and these guys didn't respawn, but these guys did though, unfortunately. Okay. Ooh, what's this? That's actually a pretty cool helmet, I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty cool. I like it. I do like it a lot. But no, thank you. Oh, but this is a story area. Okay, nice. Okay. So that gives my hopes up. Now this shouldn't be so bad, because before it was like, dude, it was gonna be a non-story area and we're gonna have to go through all the stuff and all of it's gonna respawn by the time we get out. Oh, it would have been an atrocity, honestly. It would have been awful. But we don't have to, and so now we could just actually just enjoy the story of this thing, rather than having to. I feel much more immersed now. I know that sounds a little bit strange, but just, you know, when they kind of, I don't know. I can't explain it. Okay, there, said it. Can't. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, so basically, according to these Kalishi rituals, I suppose we need to take down some of their strongest fighters, obtain their rifles, and then present them in some sort of ritual, and then challenge one of their leaders to a fight. After which, once defeated, we will assume control over these Kalishi. While mining this stuff out. What's this? Sorry. Oh, well. Believe it or not, those hand wraps actually go a little bit better with my outfit than my current hand wraps do. Cause let me. Yeah, let's see if we can make any room for them. I don't think we can, because we're just so like, we probably shouldn't destroy that, but we can't do anything with it. It's there honestly isn't anything that we could do. No. Sure. Okay, we just paid 4,000 to have this on. It's crazy. But it is what it is.
You sure you'll be all right?
But yeah, I mean, if anyone's on chat, say anything. I mean, I don't know. To talk. Hopefully this won't be as maybe mundane as what it's being right now. For the benefit of a spokesperson. Yeah, it is. Okay. Wait. Oh, shoot. I accidentally attacked that guy. I don't know if I had to or not. Sorry, guys. I'm just not thinking right now. I'm just genuinely not thinking right now. gosh, all these Kalish we have to kill though. So many. Let me try and get
Bye.
Hello again.
would you be more receptive to this?
Not too shabby. Thanks.
Okay. We're going for it. We're going for it.
Not your time yet.
I don't know what that did, if anything. Set that on fire. Probably set it on fire. Fight them, Angelicals. We actually needed to use that stim pack. We actually needed to use that stim pack. Crazy, guys. Crazy. I know. I know. What is this game coming to? This should be our second of 5. 5. Okay, 5. Killick Warriors. And I think if I log out right now, they'll probably kick me out of this, and then I'd have to like start all over pretty much. I think. I mean, BioWare kicks people out for no reason. I don't even know how I got to like talking about BioWare.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Trash? What trash?
Later.
So yeah, there's 2 more, and then after that we'll be good to go. I think we could just go ahead and take this guy on by ourselves. I don't think we really need to wait for him to come back. At least we shouldn't have to. Yeah, it doesn't look like we'll have to. We could just go ahead and take this guy on. Okay guys, you know what? Honestly, for the sake of keeping myself entertained, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about Star Wars Rebels. Because I just really don't know what else to talk about. And I can't really watch the game right now, the Dutch game, because I have no idea like what's going on with that. But so there's been people that have been talking about Star Wars Rebels, and they're like, oh, Star Wars Rebels is like so bad and stuff. And you know what? Actually, I don't think Star Wars Rebels is as bad as people kind of like make it out to be. I really don't. I don't think it's like amazing or anything, but I don't think it's like horribly bad either. The thing about Star Wars Rebels is that you have a lot of show episodes, in my opinion, that are just kind of like meaningless. You know what I mean? They're not meaningless per se, but it's like they don't have any significance to an overall story, if that makes any sense, right? So they just don't. There's really no point in them like actually being there. Like they're just episodes to be there. They're like filler episodes, and every show has its own set of like filler episodes. Of course they do, right? But that's just kind of like what they're there for sometimes, and that's a large deviation from something like, say, the Clone Wars, which didn't have as many filler episodes. Like it did, but not as many. And most of the episodes were tied to 3-episode story arcs and stuff. So that really had a huge impact, I would say, at least in terms of my enjoyment of Star Wars Rebels. So it's second half right now. Time's flown by between these teams, Belarus and the Netherlands,
I have this.
and it's still 1-0. And the game's very, I don't want to say it's close, because I don't think it is close, but the Netherlands need a big second half here if they really want to make tonight a positive, other than just on the result end of thing. things. Click. But yeah, I mean, so I don't think Star Wars Rebels is bad. I mean, I think it could definitely be better for sure. But I mean, I just don't. I don't think it's awful or anything like that. But I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, if any of you guys are like really big Star Wars fans and you guys watch Rebels, do you guys think Rebels is a bad show? Do you guys think Rebels could be better? Or, I mean, just let me know what you think, and we could talk about it, and we could discuss Star Wars Rebels or the future of the Star Wars franchise. Where's Star Wars going? Where's Hasbro going with the Star Wars figures? I mean, so we'll see. So there we go. That guy's done. Kalish Electro Staff. So I guess all of these are different. Because that's an autocannon, and this is a Warblade? Yeah, Warblade. So yeah, I guess all of them are different. To some degree, at least. Let's see if we could run past these guys without having to confront them. If we could get out without conflict, that'd be freaking amazing. Like, I just love to just run through this entire thing and get to the main. Like, you know, like, do what I came here to do. Not that I'm not doing what I came here to do, because I am, but it's just one of my big gripes about this game though is that I feel like they're always making you run through caves, and it's so boring running through caves. It's like, because you're just running in a straight line the entire time. You're not really, you know what I mean? You can just shut off your mind. It really is not entertaining at all. Where's my companion? Oh, my companion's right there, okay. For some reason I didn't think she was there, but she is there. Oh, I accidentally ran into these guys. I didn't mean to. But we'll take out the supply master. And this is the wrong way too. So there's absolutely no need for us to go this direction. No need. But at least we got the bonus for Imperial superiority, which is nice. I mean, while we're here, we might as well like try and explore and see what's back here. All buried and out of the way and stuff. Nothing. Nothing, unfortunately. How sad. So let's press on. We only need one more weapon now, and then we should have everything we need to challenge this dude to a fight, and hopefully that one will bring a cutscene or something. Because I do want a cutscene. I mean, you obviously play this for the story, so, or at least I am. I mean, I'm a free-to-play player, so I can't necessarily play this game without, you know, being invested in something. So. And let's continue on with our adventure. Sorry about that, guys. I was daydreaming again. No, I'm serious. I'm like daydreaming right now. Like, it's really weird. I don't know what I'm daydreaming about. Honestly, I'm daydreaming about family. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's exactly like what I'm daydreaming about. Like, I go in, and it's like, because all I'm doing is going through this freaking cave. That's all it is. That's all it is. You know how long this cave is? This cave literally like loops back in on itself. Like, why can't you just have, like, you see where I'm at, like over here? This is where I'm at, right? why can't you just go ahead and just cut through like that? You know what I mean? Like, it'd be so much more simple. Oh my gosh. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And I think, like, you want to stop playing because of it. The only reason why I'm playing right now is because I want to figure out what happens, and also because I'm genuinely concerned that if I quit right now, I'm going to have to go through all this crap again at some other point in time. And it's like, dude, after all the work I've put into it, I don't want to go through that process again. I don't. I really don't. And, like, can you blame me? I mean, you're going through a cave. Like, I don't know if any of you guys, like, on chat or anything like that, like, actually play this game. You might. I mean, if you don't, I mean, you might play this game. But, like, goodness gracious me. You know what I mean? Like, the caves in this game, they're boring. Like, I could talk about all I want about, like, how General Grievous is, like, a Kalish or whatever. But, like, goodness gracious, man. Caves in this game, there's just no way out. You know what I mean? There really isn't any way out. To make things go by just maybe like a little bit faster. To be like, oh yeah, I don't want it to be like as long as it is. Because I don't want this to be as long as it is. I mean, it's long. I mean, it's boring for me. I mean, I don't know if it's boring for you guys. I mean, as much as I love Star Wars, it's like, geez. You know, you're making me go through these caves all the time. And it's like, it's a pretty long cave too, dude. It's long. Is there a story context behind it? Kind of, sort of. But does it really matter? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it kind of does, but then it kind of doesn't, just because it's so repetitive. So let's see if we could just get this done with as fast as possible and get on to the actual ritual of combat, I suppose. Ooh, let's get here. Okay. Okay, guys, this is it. This is it. This is what we've been kind of like trying to work towards here for the past several minutes, is this point in time. So let's go ahead and activate this stuff. I'm going to turn off my mic just in case anything happens.
I am War Leader Gilrix. Who challenges me?
I didn't know this guy spoke English, but I guess he does.
I'm here to make an offer on behalf of the Empire.
What does the Empire want with the people of Kali?
The Empire wants you to join them and fight for them.
You have defeated my warriors. You are strong. You have issued the challenge. You are knowledgeable. But the Republic pays us well and offers us a place among their people.
What if I promise your people a place in the Empire? The first aliens since the ancient Sith to join.
Then I offer my sword and my blaster to you. Take them as a sign of our sworn allegiance to the Empire.
Okay, that's it. We freaking did it. Now we can get out of this place. Oh my gosh. And we can just go back. You know, we're not, dude, I'm not even freaking gonna go out and like try and do anything. I don't know. What do you guys think about what I just did right now? I mean, I just went ahead and I was like, I'm allying myself with aliens. I mean, I can't believe I did that. I probably should have killed them. But I mean, that's what I would have done, right? This is an RPG. So it's not what I would have done. It's what this Tyree Lynn person would have done. Whatever her name is. Look at all these titles. Character flair? What does even character flair even mean? I could be like Lord Tyree Lynn the Honorable Apprentice Tyree. Hold on. I gotta press like P or something. We gotta quick travel. We gotta quick travel back to the cantina. But like I could be like all these names and stuff. I don't have to be like just whatever. But hey, guess what? You know, because I'm a free-to-play player, I can equip titles. How like ridiculous is that? So, I mean, it is what it is.
At last, a worthy
what's this?
disciple.
I don't know what that was. I just clicked on it.
Be gone.
That's not gonna worry about that. Actually, let's go into the false emperor.
Here to browse our inventory. Thank you for your
Ooh,
patronage.
the light side is victorious. Look at these guys in their like spiffy, like white uniforms and stuff. They're so like much better than us. Mission log is full, so we can't accept it as a quest. Is what it is. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out. The canteen is like all the way down here. Oh no. Okay, we made it. We made it up. Ashar didn't make it up, but we made it up. I think we're supposed to go up. I'm not completely sure, but we're going up. I turned off my mic for a second so I could cough, but Commander Geralt, if I could look like Commander Geralt, I'd be happy, because he looks pretty cool. He does. He's like an elite royal guard or something like that, and they're super cool. Everyone knows they're cool. You know what I always wanted? I always wanted, like, as a figure, I always wanted a royal guard, but I can never find one. I mean, I have one now, but it's like power of the force, so it's not very good on like articulation and stuff. Oh, this guy's gonna hate me for doing what I did, and I feel bad about it. I do. I wanna go do this real quick, cause I wanna save this for like last. I know we're like backtracking and we're just like spending and killing more time, but I just want to go and kind of like save that really good cutscene, I suppose. Well, I don't know if it's going to be good or not. We'll see. But I just want to save that thing for a little bit later and just talk to this lady first.
It's right here. Have it. Report to Grand Moff Regis for new orders. Shatterstorm was useful, and you'll continue to serve.
Dope. We just reconscripted someone into the Imperial, like, military and whatnot. Yay.
Of course.
Both these are worse than what I had before. And both of them could be sold as well, because we don't need them. I wonder if I sell this, if I still get to keep it in my like active outfit. Let me see real quick.
See anything you like? Come again?
Do I? I think I do. I do. Okay, cool. That means like some of the stuff we could just like go ahead and sell, because we like legitimately like don't need it. This we could sell that as well. We don't need that. We never needed it. I'll buy this back though, because we might need it later on. So
come again.
But let's go and talk to these people. Ooh, I'll wave to him. Wave. But he ignores me, so. Okay, so let's go ahead and face the wrath of this Grand Moff. Let's go.
Are you deliberately trying to provoke me?
I'm doing what I was sent to do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other matters to attend to.
And you? I did not request your help so that you could bring aliens into the Empire.
I only did what I thought was right.
The mine's been reclaimed. We can resume our crystal operations. Our best recon teams are scouting the Republic base for an attack. But in the meantime, we need to prepare for the arrival of the prototype fleet.
What's the reason for bringing the fleet to Ilum? Can't the stealth technology be transported?
We need the fleet in place on the surface. Everything we need to build the stealth armada is on that fleet. But the Republic's anti-aircraft artillery installation controls the skies. Anything that flies too low gets shot down. The Republic's artillery base is protected by a ray shield and the Republic's best alien forces. Delta Squad will disable the ray shield, while you storm the base and destroy the guns.
Who are Delta Squad, and why haven't I heard of them?
Their exploits were usually of the Black Ops variety. If you'd heard of them, they wouldn't be half as good. Get into position at the comm relay just outside the artillery base. Contact Delta Squad when you're ready, and they'll bring the ray shield down. After that, it's up to you. Destroy those guns and get out of there. Alive.
He wants us to get out of there alive. He actually cares about our well-being. That's nice. And this is pretty much like the standard fare kind of stuff. Except... And... Okay, so I'm probably going to end this here. Just because that was a little bit long going through that... What's it called?
See anything you like?
Through that cave. If I didn't have to go through that cave, I probably would continue to play, but because I had to go through that cave, I'm a little bit burnt out, honestly. And honestly, I think that's like a little bit of a like problem with like design and stuff, you know what I mean? Because it's just, dude, you know, I mean, like if you design a quest where I want to stop playing your game now because of that quest, like there's something wrong, because that wasn't fun. Who would have thought that would have been fun? Like, honestly, going through that entire thing. But I shouldn't be complaining about it. I'm just gonna end the stream. So, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry, it couldn't be too much more of an interaction, as much as I would have had liked it to be. But I hope you guys enjoyed the time we spent together playing, and I'll see you guys around later. So, thanks again, bye, and hopefully we can continue to play some more later on in the future. So, thanks, and see you guys around.